Now to the question of who can play in school sports. Allowing female transgender students to compete in women's sports has been really this lightning rod issue. Today, Congress held a hearing on transgender issues. Our panelist, May Mailman, right here, testified about Title IX.
Schools are going to allow biological males to compete on women's sports. This will directly and overwhelmingly harm female athletes who are far more likely to be displaced by a male athlete than vice versa, and far more likely to face risks in private spaces like locker rooms.
All right, so is this now kind of where the debate is going? You have far left transition for any reason at any moment and must be affirmed and must be paid for. Far right parents have absolutely no say over pronouns and on and on and on. In the middle, hey, we're going to have to find a fair way so that the vast majority of women are not disproportionately affected by a very small group of men who have decided to become women, or boys who've decided to become girls.
Yeah, so I think yes, but when we talk about that fair way, what I'm trying to advocate for is let's not let that fair way have the burden fall exclusively on women. And I think that that is the problem with President Biden's proposed Title IX rule, which it basically is going to exclusively harm women because women are going to have to prove a need for a single-sex sports team. There are a lot of other ways you could do it. You could have separate teams that are co-ed. You could have maybe men participate in women's sports in a practice setting, but not in a competitive setting. You could make men's teams be a little bit more inclusive. But right now, as it stands, the burden falls on women, and Title IX was created to protect women. The initial title for it was the Women's Educational Equality Act.
Scott, this is the question, right? And so much of politics is perception and sort of just deciding the field of play. Mm-hmm. If Republicans stake out the field of play as girls on boys sports teams and are able to define the battle, or boys on girls sports teams and are able to define the battle that way, can Democrats fight on it?
When you say fight on it, what do you mean? Just
fight and win and demand that biological men be allowed to play on women's sports teams. Is that a winning political strategy?
It depends on who their constituency is.
Swing voters in Atlanta, Charlotte, Phoenix.
Listen, it isn't about biological males who are playing on women's team because they are transgendered, if you will, and they identify with women. I don't know where the line of demarcation is, but this Title IX proposal tries to protect everyone. I'm convinced of that. Now, it needs a lot of work, if you will, and I'm sure Democrats and Republicans could probably work on it, but the idea that women are playing on male sports, and if I'm transgendered, and my body and my mind is that I am a woman, even though I've been born biologically
6'3", yeah.
That's the extreme case, and I'm not endorsing that per se, because there's safety issues too. And, you know, one of your panelists that testified today talked about the competition. I think that's a bit of a distraction, but this issue of Title IX and how we implement it is going to stay with us.
It's a 70% issue. So 70% of Americans and a majority of Democrats believe that sports should be sex segregated.
And actually, more Democrats now than 2 years ago believe they should be. The poll numbers moving against the White House on this one and sort of the extreme parts of the Democratic Party. Thanks for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to subscribe. Click the red button to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.